Okay, so the king, or the people I've been attacking in the Star Kingdoms or whatever, has foolishly didn't attack me back, didn't finish me off. So we're gonna teach this guy a lesson of how to play this game properly. When there's a when there's a known team killer killing you, you have to kill them off. So I'm just giving everything two. We should have our missiles up online now. Our Corona missile especially is gonna come by in about 2 million there. So I'm gonna teach this guy a lesson why he should kill us back when he got a chance. Got to go to church in Umara in a half an hour or so. Food! Cat food! Let's attack Sephiroth now. No, not missiles. Was it probe? Missiles. Sephiroth. I'm hoping that he's a spy. Okay. So we'll attack with 100 soldiers. Just 100 soldiers. 100 soldiers. Sephiroth. Cuckoo. Sephiroth. Cuckoo. Fusion power with the fusion power. It's a Dooga-Pop. It's a Dooga-Pop. There. One. It's a Paul. It's the Creed show. It's the Creed show. I one day hope that my life will someday resemble what's it show? Office. Maybe I'm on another planet and it's a primitive planet stuck in the 90s, and this time I'll have all the power in the world. I'll be doing this again. This is the 90s, our 90s, mid 2000s. I stole CBS. I'm going to team kill again. Team kill. Team kill. Team kill. Go. Team kill. Wiki, big fan. Wiki, big fan. So we're exploring 53 land. We'll put them towards our probes. So we start going probes. Some of the really build our defenses. Should I attack a real player now? Nah. I mean, are there any real players in this game anymore? This is Sector 2, so I'm assuming all the real players are on Sector 1. So, but I can't make an account on Sector 1 because I'm deleted here somehow. It's like a propaganda picture. When you have a dictator that you don't like, you have propaganda. Sort of like Muammar Gaddafi with Muammar Gaddafi opening up his mouth and then a machine gun comes out going, ah, ga, 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 ga. I don't think because the way the computer is facing this way, so I can't really make that expression. I think you did I think you just turned my head, did a flipperoo on my head there. At the moment, I'm a small business owner. I'm barely breaking even. We're selling out so we can still retain the semblance of a profit. I have friends who are also small business, and all of them are forced to sell at between 20 to 50% of their worth, so this so they can pay back what they owe and break even only a small loss. Who do you think is buying up their businesses? I got 3 friends back in Melbourne, all own bakeries. Their businesses have all been bought up by the same company. That company has gotten funds from the government. Oh, I thought you're a restaurant owner or something. I thought you're some kind of restaurant owner. I thought you said you were a hot shot baker, uh, and your mom was a. And here I thought you were a rich white dude baker. Instead, you you have you're a fellow Asian, and you have one of those really small ones in Chinatown, or should I say, Koreatown, Seoul Town, those really small Asian ones. Bah ha 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 ha. I thought you said you're a big hotshot baker, eh? A rich white dude baker, and you said you're Phil Asian and you have all those. You're a fob just like me. Ga 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 ga. There's no limits. Really get hit. So COVID's destroying his companies. Woo 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 woo. Well, he's not so tough after all. I get making fun of Beetlejuice. And I guess I go I am lucky guy. That's actually what they sing. That's actually what they sing. Well, they're singing Japanese. You know, they're singing Japanese, but but you know, it sounds like he's saying lucky ga or something. Lucky the, lucky na, yatta yatta, torka. I like it, psycho dog. Lucky dog. Okay, so I'm going to probe on shields. Spy on shields. Let's see if he's smart enough to raise his shields. Oh. And he is not. Okay. He refuses to raise his shields. Okay, let's bomb the living giga out of him. So this is Tangerine, one of my more profitable team kills, and I do have like the huge account open at Tangerine. That's where I put the residuals, the dividends that you told was it Aurora pays me. Oh, and I'm meeting with a classmate tomorrow to discuss a startup where I could be earning $1 billion in about 10 years of hard work and hustling. Plus, I'm also helping out my dad with his personal hustling business, ginseng and steel hustling, and have my own hustling too for my own day job too. So I'm working a lot actually. And you put a lot of that money, and you work hard, you save up for a few years, and you invest that money, and then you're rich, well off. I plan to start to slowly begin to donate the other phase of my master plan in life is to start to donate heavily to indigenous causes, women's causes, education, especially for single mothers. Start to do some serious research into SIDS, which is sudden infant death. They just die. Some kind of respiratory disorder that young babies have, and even in a clean society, in a well-to-do society, it's still a top killer. We don't know why. We're going to find out why. We suspect that some defects in the birthing period. When the body started to develop sick body cells, your physique, i.e. your lungs, for example, your lung organs, your physical stuff from being a mass of gooey cells, sperm cells, and egg cells, it becomes a solid body. Bones, head bone, skull bone, teeth bone, lips, and all that hair and boobs in my case. And the lungs are malformed. Sometimes some hearts have only 3 chambers, some have three valves, 3 chambers, and less blood shoots up, so you have to be careful that way. Sometimes people are born with very fragile skin bones, and you become like glass man. So we're going to figure out juvenile osteoporosis that way, or some people maybe are prone to schizophrenia or depression disorder. The big clay thing in your brain doesn't form properly. Sometimes it's FASD. Sometimes these things happen. Sometimes the little R genes that have been repressed for many millennia are starting to resurface, actually 10 generations. So we're trying to figure out why, and we're so I'm going to be donating a lot of that to that, donating it to juvenile cancer so we can get kids in and out of the hospitals ASAP so they can go about enjoying their lives, what's left of their lives. definitely donating to the homeless. The Mustard Seed, the Drop-In Center, the Dream Center, especially the Alpha House, so that we have someplace, the most basic and a very healthy, basic place to be, at least begin the conversation, at least begin at least initiate the recovery process. I'll be donating to indigenous territories. They're what's left of their home world, so they can rebuild their shattered civilization that us colonials, us settlers have fucked about with them. So I fucked around with them. So we're kind of trying to rebuild that particular civilization, and so there's lots of fun things I could do. I can do, I could do for my being a desk jockey. I'd rather be out there in the field though. But some days when you get old like me, it happens, it happens when you get older. First your memory goes, then your memory goes. I'm probably not going to remember any of this, so this is why I'm taping it now, because it's just going to be one blur of raising kids, one blur of it's all just going to be one big giant blur. When I'm going in the hospice, then it all comes out in full vivid color. All the screw ups I made, all the successes we made, people that we've helped and hurt, but mostly helped, and all the good times we had, and then it all goes into some big giant database in a database called the universe, and that's what I'm assuming happens. And every reincarnation, or every time we come in, every time our AI, our soul, AI or whatever, our programming comes down into a biobot, a vehicle, if you will, a vessel, a jar of arms and legs, basically, a box. Then the box moves about. We move about in our lives every time we come down, and our genetics does, anyways. They are expressed in big R, which is inherited genes, or little r, which means baby genes. The subtle genes. The two little r's, they make one big R. So the same as the two little r's that have the recessive genes have happened. If you just have one R, then you have a little bit of whatever your ancestor had. But if you had two little R's, then it's actually carried over. Or you can have just one big, straight out, just one big R. That's how pedigree systems work, and that's how we can figure out what particular traits that we like. It's all just a bunch of ones and zeros and ABGAs and Gattaca stuff, though. Whatever. That's how we clone ourselves. So we gotta try and make our population grow bigger, or make some missiles, make some bombs, and kind of team kill that way. But I gotta head out. I got a church thing this whole afternoon at 4:15. So we gotta get there by 4:40, and then 5 o'clock we will do our touchy-feely talk circle or sharing circle, our feelings of the Lord. I have no feelings of the Lord, actually. To tell you the honest truth, I don't believe. I mean, I do agnostically believe that there's something out there, but I just don't know if it's the Yahweh or anything. If it's the entity specifically known as Yahweh or Yahala or so. But I don't have time for that right now. Right now, I'm too busy putting foods in my fellow neighbors' mouths and building something over their heads, so they can at least have somewhat of a resemblance of life that others have, others or life in general, or nature, or just people being douches to them, hindering their progress. Humans do that because humans are douchebags. We're douchebags who love. Okay, stay that way. We're like a jar of Smucker's wholesome Smucker's jam, except someone left it open, all the bacteria turned it into mold, and it's still jam, but it's still moldy jam. I'm pretty much like that. I'm a peach Smucker's jar, and someone foolishly left me open in July, and then all the bugs and all the gooey creatures and all the yeast and all the fungi are creating some kind of weird alcohol-based the fruit pudding or fruit spread out of me, and that's basically who I am. I'm still peach, but I'm still a rotten peach, alcohol peach. I don't know what happens when you make peach. If you ferment peach, what does that become? Which of those? We know grapes make wine. We know wheat makes wheat, barleys and hops and all these other weird ingredients, pine stuff, make beer. We know that tequila is made out of cacti. All this other fun shit. Vodka is made out of beets, I think. So we are now we will now turn the steam off and prepare for church. Thank you for watching our show. We're gonna be right back. It's you.